Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is Indiana Holmes here once again at Disneyland. So let's go into the park and see what we can find. And we're just gonna walk in here. I'm gonna flip the camera around. And now we'll just walk in here. Going under the bridge with the Disneyland Railroad up above. Here you leave today and enter the world of tomorrow. Yesterday, today, and fantasy. Oh wow, there's a parade going on. What parade is this? I came in just at the right time. Fantastic. Parade going on. A lot of excitement here today. Looks like we just missed a parade, and so we're going to go on in now and see what all is happening at the park. A lot of people down here out in front of the Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln right there. Wow, there's a lot of people here. I think everybody's all piled up here because of the parade.
You want to try this one?
Looking down Main Street, right there, folks. It doesn't get better than this, does it? Here we are. And the wonderful Mickey Mouse right here. How great is this? Gonna go over here and see Mickey right behind us. There he is. It was all started by a mouse. I always love this part of the Main Street, just right at the very beginning here, right next to the flagpole. You can see right there, flagpole, and the beautiful stars and stripes, the California flag. And there's Mickey right there with the 100 Year of Wonder flags, or bunting, I guess. These are actually flowers, not bunting. They're real life flowers here hanging from the posts. So there it is, Disney 100 Years of Wonder. And there's Mickey. It just doesn't get better than that, right? It's a beautiful day at Disneyland. A beautiful day at the park today. And we are just going to have a great time walking around and seeing everything there is to see. Well, it's time to walk down Main Street and see all there is to see in the Magic Kingdom. Ah, it's great. Now that the parade has gone by, things have lightened up a little bit on Main Street. We don't have quite the crowd we had before, and you can see behind me it's not too crowded. Let's take a look what's going on in front of me. Yeah, there you have it. There's a few people around, but you can see the beautiful clouds in the sky here too. It's just a wonderful day at Disneyland. Wow! Plaza Point is looking amazing. Look at this. I think I'd like to take a trip over here into Tomorrowland, because Tomorrowland is always so hopeful, right? You always feel like, wow, anything could happen. We could do anything. Just our imagination is the only thing that holds us back, and nothing holds back the animation, or nothing holds back the imagination of a Disney fan, because we know the Disney animators and the Disney Imagineers are always thinking of something new for us to do. Look at this. Look at this. Don't you just love that? Don't you just love the fanciful rides here at Disneyland? Let me turn this around and take a look at it. It's just spectacular, right? Right under the bridge. Tomorrowland, here we are, the entrance to Tomorrowland. Coming up. Yep. Tomorrowland's always been popular. Ever since I can remember. Ever since it opened. Tomorrowland has been the place to be. Okay, I'm going to turn this around. It's back to me. Star Tours has got a little bit of a line, not too bad. That's the lightning lane, so I don't know what the other line's like, but you can see the lightning lane's not bad. As we come around the other side, we've got standby entrance to Star Tours at 30 minutes. That's really not bad. Pretty good. Astro Blaster over here is showing 25 minutes. It looks like a pretty big line, but 25 minutes is really short. Really short. And you know, I've been finding the last couple of months that whatever the standby wait time clock is showing is usually shorter by about 20, sometimes even 40%. So don't be afraid when you see standby entrance time that looks kind of long, 40 or 50 minutes. It's usually maybe 20 to 40% less time than that. So, you know, something to think about there. Walking through Tomorrowland, you gotta love it, right? Oh wow, look at all the strollers here. Check these strollers out over here on my right. Wow, look at that. It's stroller land, right? Because children love Disneyland. Adults love Disneyland. We all love Disney. Disney is the place to be. Disneyland is my favorite place. Really, it's my happy place, you know? I mean, who doesn't love Disneyland? It's just always magical, always fun, always exciting. You know, here we come to this kind of fountain turning ball. Children are just having a ball with this. They just love this. And I got to say, I love it too. I mean, the whole idea of it, the imagination it took to create this is just really something. And there we have the Alien Pizza Planet rocket right behind us. I mean, I feel like I'm in a very special, futuristic land when I'm here. Just super great. Walking by the Starcade right now. And, oh, that's not bad at all. Look at that. Lightning Lane and the current time. It's funny, it doesn't show the current time, but the approximate standby time for Space Mountain is only 30 minutes right now. Check this out. 30 minutes. That's a really short time. You see it there? Right up there? That's a super short time for... Super short time. 30 minutes. That's fantastic for Space Mountain. Space Mountain can be one of the longest lines in the park. Galaxy's Edge probably has the longest wait times, but boy, is it worth it. I mean, it is so worth it to be in line and then get up there and see all the things that we have in Galaxy's Edge. It's just so exciting. Oh, I love these guys. Look who's over my shoulder here, right? And we're heading on up. Up ahead of me is the Star Wars launch bay. What are they doing with that? We wonder. Tomorrowland Landing over here. Starview Station. A member lounge. Star Wars launch bay. Celebrates Star Wars. It's an exclusive photo opportunity, which you can't miss, right? You gotta love that. So the Star Wars launch bay has the Starview Station exclusive member experience. You need to have a Disney Visa card to be able to experience this, and you get to meet Star Wars characters here. But you have to have an officially branded Disney Visa card to do this, and it's currently from 2 to 6 p.m. they have this experience. Okay, leaving Star Wars launch. Oh, Autopia. Let's check out the Autopia line over here. Autopia's one of my all-time favorite childhood rides. You know, before you can drive, getting to, to drive legally on the streets, to be able to drive any kind of motorized vehicle is such a thrill. And here it is. Look at that. The standby time is only 20 minutes. 20 minutes. 20 minutes is nothing. 20 minutes to get on Autopia, powered by Honda. I mean, who doesn't love that, right? I can't imagine. 20 minutes is nothing. Over here we have the Autopia Winter Circle gift stand. Got some good merch up there. Oh, it's pretty noisy over here. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear me. Walking over here by the Autopia on my left over here. You can see that's the standby waiting ramp, and there's very few people on it. It's not bad. You know, it's really not bad at all. And I walk up here, take a better look at this. Okay, so now here you go. Over my left shoulder, you can see the people standing in the standby line. It's not bad. And then down below there, you've got cars going by. All these excited Disney attendees, park fans are here enjoying their Autopia. Look at that little girl there. How cute is that with her dad? And there they are. There's a mom with her little boy, and they are cruising. I mean, that's it just doesn't get better than that. For me as a child, Autopia was everything. It made you feel like you could drive. It made you feel like an adult, and get to do an adult thing, driving a car, especially here in California, which is, car culture. It just doesn't get more exciting than that for a kid who is below the age of driving. So California, that's 16 years of age. So, from the time I was a little kid, I think maybe the first time I came to the park was 5 years old, all the way until the time I got my license when I was 16. This was my jam right here. I just loved Autopia. I think you will too. All right, let's walk on down. Here we're walking up behind the Tomorrowland Terrace. And then over here on my right is Autopia. And in front of me is the Submarine Voyage. This area of the park, as a young kid and even a young teenager, was one of the most exciting areas of the park. Because not only do you have some of the best rides in the park here, you also had this, the terrace right here, the Tomorrowland Terrace. And, it looks a little blank right now, not much going on. But if you notice, right up here, there's a series of steps that are like stages. Well, when I was a kid, this was a dance area, and they would have bands here, really good bands too. And this would be filled with some kind of a pop band, and then down here, down below, we would be dancing. This was such a fun thing to do. As a young teenager, get to dance with your friends. Me as a young teenage boy, get to dance with girls and meet girls. That was always really fun, really wholesome, a really fun thing to do. And we actually saw some really great bands here. They would have, bands that were cover bands playing the greatest pop hits of, our youth. And occasionally they actually have bands that were sort of on the, coming up on the charts maybe. Maybe they were well known, you might have seen them on TV, or they might have been playing concerts around the country, and they would book them in here. And this floor behind me, this beautiful slick floor back here, would just be filled with kids dancing. You know, everything from like 10-year-olds to 16-year-olds, maybe a little bit above and below that as well. You know, just kids that love to dance. I personally loved dancing as a kid. I was a dancer. Yes, I was. I made a fool of myself on the dance floor many times. But hey, it was great. And now here we are at the Galactic Grill. And the Galactic Grill, right behind me, okay, they have some good food there. Let's see what they got. Oh yeah, hamburger, macaroni and cheese, powerback, cheeseburgers. All this stuff is great right here. Let's take a look at that. Really, the line's not bad at all here for food. And this is some good, wholesome, yummy food. You know, hamburgers, mac and cheese, power packs, you get cuties, orange cuties, and yogurt smoothies, things like that. And there's a really nice seating area over here too. I'll show you. But right here you can see here's your pickup window for your mobile orders. And then back here we've got all of this seating, which is really great. It's really great to have that kind of seating to sit and eat your food. Okay. They got some music playing there. Yeah. Some poppy kind of music, right? Disney does such a great job of writing and composing their own music for their attractions, whether it's a parade or whether it's, you know, a guest lineup, a standby line where they might have music playing, but the music will always be themed for the attraction. So at Disneyland, you know, you don't just have any old kind of music. You have music that is really appropriate for what you're standing in line for. And of course over here is the submarines. You can see behind me, I think you can see a couple submarines there. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see them. There they go. Isn't that great? Oh, we got some pelicans over there, or seagulls. I'm not quite sure. I think they have bigger beaks than seagulls, so I think they're some kind of a pelican. And just beyond there, you see the submarine bays that we keep the submarines. Oh, and here we have some actual real mallard ducks. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about Disney. We got real mallard ducks in the foreground. We've got some animatronic pelicans over here, and over there, just to the left of that yellow Explorer submarine, we have an octopus kind of lifting up one of his tentacles and waving at us with his big eyes. Fun stuff, right? And just over here on my left is what do you think that is up there, right? That is the Matterhorn right there. Just get to see a piece of it here. The water smells so clean and fresh. Disney does an amazing job of keeping their attractions fresh and clean and sparkling, shining. We're going to circle around here and take a look at it from here. And there you go. You get another view. I can see the Nautilus submarine and the Argonaut submarine. We just saw the Explorer submarine. There's our friends, the mallard ducks, swimming down below us. That's what's really cool about Disneyland versus, you know, just about any other type of amusement park is you have animatronic, you have statues in and amongst the attractions and the rides, and you have actual nature. You have beautiful plants, flora and fauna. You have beautiful birds that like to make their home here at Disneyland. And this is, all happening in the shadow of one of our favorite rides, the Matterhorn, right here. So I think the Matterhorn is currently closed for maintenance, refurbishment maybe. So you'll notice behind me there's a fence, brown fence, kind of a monochromatic brown fence, beautifully done for the Matterhorn. And then over here, just to the right of me there, is part of the track for Autopia. Autopia has such a large track. Look at this. When they're taking a selfie, it's like mom's taking a selfie there while her child drives the car. There goes another one. Oh, that looks like a grandma with her granddaughter. What a beautiful sight. Oh, there's another woman. I don't know. Could have been her aunt. Could have been her mom. Hard to tell. I'm not a good gauge of age. I don't know. Everybody is smiling and beautiful here at the park. Whatever age you are. All ages, whether you're a great-great-great-grandfather or grandmother, or whether you're a youngster or a newlywed or a new parent, everybody smiles and enjoys all of the fun and magic. Here come some cars. I'm going to flip this around. All right, we're going to see. There goes a car. Let's see if we have another one coming our way. I see those going the other way. I wonder if there's a traffic movement there. Oh, look at these guys. How cute is that? They wave to us. One of them is wearing, look like Winnie the Pooh now. Here comes his dad and son. That's awesome. Waving to us. See, you just can't be in a bad mood here at Disneyland. Everybody's having fun. Dad and his daughter. Waving to us. So much fun. I just, whenever I'm here, I just cannot stop smiling. It's just brings the kid back to all of us, puts the joy of childhood back into our minds, and, makes your body feel young and strong again, regardless of your age, because you just have that adrenaline, you have that adrenaline from Disneyland's magic. It's like the magic cure for all that ails you. It's Disneyland. Wow, what do we have over here? Oh, this is mobile order here. Mobile pickup order. Look at this quiet little area. That's what I like about Disneyland too. You have all this excitement and all of this action going on with the attractions and the rides, and then you have up here the beautiful, what is that? Anybody know? Anybody know what that's called? Right? I bet you do. Put it down in the comments. I'm not going to tell you. I think you know though, right? But then anyway, getting back to what I was saying, down here, then you have a calm area right here. See how calm this is, right? And so a little place to relax and eat and enjoy oneself. I love the look of this Edelweiss snack bar, the Edelweiss snacks right here. Look at that. It looks like we're in Switzerland, right? Of course, that's, right across the street, or not the street, right across the walkway from the Matterhorn. So that's appropriate. Edelweiss snacks. Yummy stuff here. Let's walk up here. Now we're walking towards Small World. You can already hear the music from Small World. Small World is my wife's favorite, absolute favorite ride. Whenever we come to Disneyland, which is often, as you know, she always wants to go on the Small World. And I usually oblige her because Small World is wonderful. I love Small World, whether it's spring, fall, summer, or winter, when we have Small World transform into sort of a magical holiday season. And I'm going to turn around and you're going to see it. There it is. There it is, folks. We are basking in the beauty of Small World. It's really not that crowded here today. It felt like it might be when we first got here because of the parade that was just ending when I arrived. But now that I'm here, it seems that it's not crowded at all. There it is. Wow, look at that 5-minute wait. 5-minute wait for standby for Small World.
Stand by, right to the line of the beach, right? Like you need to dodge straight ahead. Line in it.
Gotta love that music, right? As soon as you hear that music, you think, ah, Small World. It's a small, small world. A beautiful world. A beautiful Disney world. Now heading up towards the Fantasyland Theater, which has just been fantastic. Fantasyland Theater has an amazing Lion King live-action theater performance now called Tale of the Lion King, which I'll show you right now. It's also lots of strollers here because we're just outside Toontown.
Oh, wait for Daddy. Come here. Come
There
here.
it is, Fantasyland Theater.
Come here. Come here.
I saw the Tale of the Lion King a couple months ago, I want to say, and wow, it's fantastic. You need to make some time. You need to look on the Disneyland app and find the performance times for the Lion King or the Tale of the Lion King at Disneyland because it is so worth it. It is really fantastic. It lasts about 20, 23 minutes, something like that, and it's not to be missed. You can see over here on my left, we've got some signage for it, right? If you haven't been up here, a lot of people, they go straight into Toontown now that it's reopened with Mickey's Runaway Railroad and the Roger Rabbit ride, and they just completely don't even see that this theater is here. But it's really fantastic. You can see it down here behind me. A lot of seating. It's a nice big theater, but not too big. You can sit anywhere in the theater and get a great view and hear and see the characters in a very close-up, intimate kind of way that's just so special. Whether you're a child or an adult, it really will just warm your heart and bring all of the excitement of The Lion King to life in live action. If you like The Lion King movie, as I do, because my wife worked on it as an animator, way back a long time ago, right? But if you love The Lion King like just a regular person, not a total Disney geek like me, you're going to love The Tale of the Lion King. It's super special. And so now if you look here, you can see from the theater walkway that we've got the Small World toy shop here, and then over here you've got Small World just beyond that. Lots of strollers, because what's just beyond the strollers? Toontown. Toontown is right there. And Toontown has just been the talk of the park lately because Toontown has Mickey's Runaway Railroad, which is just spectacular. I can tell you, I've been on it several times, and I love it. Love it. Okay, folks, it's that time. It's time for us to head on into Mickey's Toontown. Wow, look at this. Everybody wants to go to Mickey's Toontown because that is the newest, most interesting, exciting, creative, and imaginative time you can have at Disneyland right now. It's just got such a new kind of feel to it. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see the signage. And
That
see the
is
signage is very cute. Toontown. Here we come. There is a lot of people in Toontown. You hear the train going right over the top of us there. One of the first things you notice as you walk up the walkway into Toontown now is how they've redone, reimagined, repainted the landscape that is behind all of the attractions. It's so cool. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see this. You're going to notice it makes the world, the landscape, the hills behind Toontown look so much bigger. Take a look. See what I mean up there? See rolling hills of green, different shades of green, a little bit of yellow, a little farmhouse up there. And then, of course, this is what everybody's here for. Mickey's and Minnie's Runaway Railroad at El Capitan Theater. Now, this isn't bad at all. Standby lane is 40 minutes. And of course, lightning lane is just very quick. But 40 minutes isn't bad at all. 40 minutes is usually going to be more like 30, maybe 25 minutes. That's not bad at all. I highly recommend going on the Runaway Railroad at least 2 or 3 times to get the full experience. It's super fun. And you'll notice if you go on it more than once that it can be a little different from time to time. I think they change it up. I don't know for sure, but it always seems a little bit different, a little bit exciting to me. I love this water fountain, this fountain right here outside of Runaway Railroad, kind of right in the middle of Toontown. I'm going to walk around it just because it's so cool. Look at Mickey up there. He's lifting Minnie like they're dancing. She's got a water pitcher, and then the whole thing is just filled with water. Kind of great. I don't want to interrupt those folks. Isn't that great? Smiling faces. Everybody loves this. There it is, just over my shoulder. Over here we've got Cafe Daisy and the Department of Ink and Paints. Cafe Daisy has some yummy things here. We've got Daisy's dressed up dog, cheesy pizza flip-flop over, spring garden wrap, Daisy's witty donuts, kids meals, specialty beverages. Pretty special. Mobile order pickup, Daisy's third little piggy bank. You can see there's the pig up there. Toontown City Hall. Lots of seating now. Lots of great seating. So that when you pick up your order inside eat, you've got a lot of places to sit. And then we've got the engine car souvenirs. This is actually the exit for Runaway Railroad. So you kind of exit through the gift shop. I just absolutely love the graphics, the designs, the artwork that we have on the merch here. I might have to get these from my daughter. Man, that is spectacular. Look at those ears. Wow.
Cool stuff.
It is amazing stuff here, right?
Yes, it is.
Like, this shop has the best stuff. And then if you like engines, we've got actual ride replicas of the ride. Like, those are the cars that you sit in right there, and that's what Goofy's locomotive looks like. This is cool stuff. Oh, look. I got some remote control cars here. How fun is that? Remote control car with Mickey and Minnie. That's like the car that we see in the ride. Here it comes. All right, good job. And then all the characters. These are the characters that you actually see in the ride. Model engineers only. I just want to spend all of my money here in this shop and buy everything for myself and everyone else. It's so tempting. I think my wife would not be happy. I think I better control myself. Look at this Toontown Railway. That's pretty cool. Toontown Railway, track number, track 2, new status, Camp Woodchuck, Bedford, Stouffville. People are coming out right now. This is before they come out. They come out of the ride right here.
So many people here.
Over here they can do custom stitching on your hats. Right there behind us. Look at all this great stuff. I mean, this is special here. This is good stuff. Look at that, right? And the hats they have are amazing. Look at these hats. Classic Disneyland Mickey hat, like when I was a kid. My first visit hat to commemorate it. These are so cool. I have a lot of Disneyland and Mickey hats, but I might have to get some more here today. Oh, look at this one. That's a nice one. It's got those puffy Mickey heads on the ears. Happy birthday one. This is cool stuff. And then if you notice, there's a track up above us for the railroad to be traveling on. Definitely rail themed here. I love the teal blue colors with the browns.
What do you think?
And the blues. It's the Doodlebug train. And then we've got Pulse. Is this a drinking mug? Oh wow, that is super cool. That is a drinking mug that looks like a locomotive with Mickey and Minnie on it from Runaway Railroad. And then the engineer's hat here from the Runaway Railroad. I just want all this stuff. And then they have a nice sweatshirt. Let's just take all my money. Take all my money because I want all of this stuff. Wow. That is probably my favorite gift store because all of that merch is so new. It's, you know, it's all merch that has to do with, that celebrates Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad. And you don't find that anywhere else in the park. If you want to get Mickey's Runaway Railroad, oh, here comes Pluto! Pluto!
We love you, Pluto.
Everybody loves Pluto, right? And there's Good Boy Grocers and Pluto right there on top. Fresh and snacks. Ooh,
Not all.
And this is the Goofy's How to Play Yard, which really is amazing. It's really fantastic. If you have little ones, I mean, this is super cool. Super cool. I wish they had this for adults. It'd be fun, but I'm happy for the kids. Let's see where we're headed now. I think we're headed to Minnie and Mickey's house. Yep. 45-minute wait time to take a picture with Minnie. Meet Minnie, get a picture taken with her. Isn't that a great house? Look at that. Wouldn't you love to live in a house like that? Oh my gosh. I love the heart-shaped window at the top of the house. And then right next door is Mickey. Wait time only 30 minutes. So it looks like today, Minnie is more popular than Mickey for photo opportunities. And then in here we have
Mickey's house. Hi friends, I'm filming in my movie barn. To find the bear, go through the house. Hope to meet you soon.
Yep. Pretty special.
Yeah, they're over there.
Here we are at
The roller coaster here in Toontown. You know, you might think this roller coaster is just for kids, but my wife and I it was super fun. It was super exciting. Even for adults, it is not a little kiddie ride. And that's strictly a little kiddie ride. Stretch of the imagination. It is a full-on roller coaster that can be enjoyed by both children and adults, and I highly recommend it. There's a lot of cool animatronic-style animated objects, characters, and things within the ride. It's called Donald Duck's Roller Coaster. Donald Duck's Roller Coaster.
And it's actually a lot larger than it probably looks here on my camera. It's actually a really great size roller coaster, and it's appropriate for both children and adults, and that's what's really great.
You can see people waiting in line here. I'm telling you, it is worth the wait. It's a short line, really. Even this line right here that starts back here, you can see it doesn't even go all the way out to the entrance over here. You see, if it was really crowded, there'd be people all the way down here. But actually, it doesn't start backing up till about here. That's not bad at all.
I can hear Donald. I can hear Donald with his little quacky voice. You have to be 35 inches to get on this ride, which is not bad, right? That's just under 3 feet, as you know. Actually, I got the name of this wrong. It's actually Chip and Dale's Gadget Coaster. Chip and Dale's Gadget Coaster. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see the sign.
There it is. Chip and Dale's Gadget Coaster. Children under 7 must be accompanied by a person in age 14. Oh yeah, over there on the 100 bucks a pop. You can see the smiling whistle with his big eyes on top of the boat.
And we're going to continue our walk through Toontown. Let's see if Roger Rabbit is open. The Roger Rabbit ride is also a favorite of mine. I love the movie Roger Rabbit. You know, I'm just an animation fanatic. I've always loved animation. I love old black and white movies. I love all things that are, you know, fun and provide laughs for us. So all those black and white comedies, everything from Steamboat Willie to, you know, live action 1920s and 30s films, all that is my jam. So when they came out with the Roger Rabbit film, I was over the moon because, you know, Roger Rabbit, as you know, maybe you don't, maybe you haven't seen it. You know, it's kind of an older movie by now, but it is live action and animation combined, and that's what's so cool about it is the animated characters, Roger Rabbit and all of his friends, all of his compatriots, right? They're all animated, 2D animation, or at least it looks 2D. I'm not sure if they were using 2D or 2.5D or what they were using back then. I don't think they were using 3D back then. Wow, it's a 60-minute line here for standby, which is more than the Runaway Railroad. But here it is open, it's 60 minutes, that's not bad at all. But it is a little bit longer. Over here,
we have rolling. It's this, right? Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin. There's a Pete, prosthetic devices. Got his office up there. And then there's Tokyo Tortoise Detective Agency. And then it says here, they're currently out of business and bankrupt and closed forever. We cover tunes for any permanent injury caused by hot foots, explosions, falling off cliffs, TNT disguised as cigars, getting hit on the head, booby-trapped to boxes, falling anvils, safes and pianos, getting run over by steamrollers, smashing into brick walls, disguised as tunnels, and any other animated advertisees not listed here within. And then at the bottom it says, out of business, bankrupt, closed forever. That's funny. I mean, that's just like funny jokes right there. Over here's a fun thing where you can push down on a plunger over here, and then you can cause an explosion up here. Classic. See that TNT right there? All the kids love to do that. Heck, I love to do that. Let's see this little girl over here is going to do it. There it is. And she's going to push down on the plunger right now. And what's going to happen? Oh my gosh, look at that. An explosion. Oh wow, this dude is strong. Wow. I want to eat whatever you're eating. That guy was really buff, really pumped up. He's been working hard this winter. Wow. Look at this cool fire engine right here with little kids in it. This is a great photo opportunity. This is one of the great things about Toontown, is there's all kinds of photo opportunities that the Imagineers have thought up and created for us to enjoy. Here's the post office. Wow, Mickey's Toontown USA Post Office. I never looked in. That's pretty neat. So lots of things to touch and interact with and enjoy. Share the road, says the hare and the tortoise, right? World Curiosity Shop. And here we are, back at Mickey's Runaway Railroad, here at the theater at the El Capitan. It says now showing Mickey's, it says Disney Mickey Mouse Perfect Picnic. That's the name of the film. Perfect Picnic. Oh, here's our camera shop. What do we have there? We have Chinny Chin Chin Construction Company, Huff and Puffin Wrecking Company, Three Little Pig Properties, B.B. Wolf, who's retired, at the camera shop. And over there we've got, in that window, Jimmy Cricket motivational speaker and no fooling around. These are all windows that have the different businesses that are tenants of the buildings in Mickey's Toontown. And here's another view. There's a favorite fountain in the entire park at Disneyland. Mickey holding Minnie up, listening to the dance. And running up, he lifts her up in the air, and her water spills out of her watering can into the fountain full of flowers. And we have beautiful animated water anyway. It's not animated by animators, but just by gravity and by nozzles from the fountain. It's a great view here. You get to see Malcolm, Mickey and Minnie, and then you get to see the El Capitan Theater in the background, which is playing Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad. The perfect picnic. That's the play.
Okay, I think it's time that I head out of Mickey's Toontown and on to other areas and other adventures here in Disneyland today, because it's just too beautiful of a day, too pretty to just stay in one place. I think I gotta go hit every land I can. We'll see how long I hold up, right? Okay, it's time to walk into Fantasyland. And so here I am. We got the teacups right over here. And Storybook Land right there. Fantasyland is always exciting. I think this is maybe, I don't know, but I'm thinking maybe the favorite land for parents with little children, because you have a lot of small rides that are, kind of designed for the smaller stature and age of children that they can get on, and they don't have to worry about height restrictions. So, for the most part. So, here we are. If you look across the way there, we've got the
Mad Hatter. Over there, the Mad Hatter hat shop.
And over here, we've got Dumbo, the Dumbo ride. The Dumbo ride is always great. All right, now we're kind of coming into the middle of Fantasyland. Got the carousel. And just behind me, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. I love Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. It's super fun. Really, the lines aren't bad here today. It's fantastic. Fantasyland can be, can be a little overwhelming sometimes, can be a little crowded, but you can see today it's not bad at all.
Let's see, is she going to be able to lift that sword up? I don't know. Feels like you're in an alpine city, a little alpine town, like in Switzerland or Germany, right? There's Pinocchio's Dreamy Journey, another one of my favorites.
We are here. Fantasyland. So great. I love how this was imagined. And over the years, they've renovated it, repainted it. It never gets old. I never get tired of it. Ooh, the bibbidi bobbidi boop.
Batik. Bibbidi bobbidi boop. Batik.
I think we'll walk through the castle.
Tomorrowland is that way. Main Street is this way. And Frontierland is that way. We're going to head through the castle bridge and out into sort of the center of Disneyland, where all the lands come together, which of course is Main Street, USA. Main Street, Disney.
I have the same reaction to her.
Everybody likes to take pictures in this area here because the castle's right behind you. So there's a lot of Disney photographers here that are taking pictures for people. And then as long as you have the app, these photos will be available for you on the app if you give the photographer your app ID for Disneyland. Or now they give you these little cards that kind of look like credit cards, and they just kind of scan. If you have a magic key, they scan your magic key barcode or your ticket code, and then you can download your photos later on your device, on your cell phone or your tablet or the web. Oh, look, the Royal Theater has something going on right now.
Please welcome to charming and delightful Mademoiselle Belle!
He's good.
These arms, how could he begin to tell them what he felt? He knew for certain. Well, I'm sorry if I behaved like, well, a beast.
That's alright. Perhaps I jumped to conclusions. It's true, you know. You really can't judge a book by its cover.
Ah, the mood is right. The lights are dim. If music be the food of love, sing along!
Tale has old its time, song has old its way, beauty
How great was that? We walked by just at the right time when Belle and the Beast were having their big dance. Wow, that was super cool. Another animated film I loved, Beauty and the Beast. Fantastic. And now, of course, Disney is taking a lot of their classic animated films and turning them into beautiful live action films as well. So, you know, this is all really great stuff. Hey, look where we have just entered. I'm going to exit so I can enter properly. I don't know if you know where I am already, but you will in a moment, because right over my shoulder is Frontierland. Right
There. Might be hard to read with the sun behind it, but we are entering Frontierland. Over here on the left, the Pioneer 1807 Mercantile Store. And if you're into pin trading, there's always pin traders right around the entrance. Across the ring, right, looking straight ahead of me where the camera's pointing. It was one of my all-time favorites from the time I was a child until present. One of my favorite attractions. And can anybody guess what this is? From looking at it, well, it's the Enchanted Tiki Room. Enchanted Tiki Room is a animatronic and musical
inspired attraction, and there's the Adventureland sign right there.
So it's kind of backlit, it's hard to read, but that is the entrance to the Adventureland. And over here is the Enchanted Tiki Room right there, and
You can get some Dole Whip drinks as well, which are super yummy. And folks, that takes us back to sort of the upper plaza of Main Street,
where you can see you've got Sleeping Beauty's castle, and then you have the Matterhorn, and then Tomorrowland, Adventureland, Frontierland over there, Adventureland over here. Fantasyland is on the other side of Sleeping Beauty's castle, and then Tomorrowland there. And now here we are back at the top end of Main Street, USA. You gotta love these balloons. I remember as a child, I always loved
these balloons right here. These were the things everybody wanted to have when you were leaving Disneyland. You wanted to get one of these nifty balloons that had Mickey's head, Mickey Mouse's head, inside of a balloon. These have different characters on the outside, like rabbits, bunnies. People taking pictures with the balloons. Well, folks, that is our quick tour, my quick tour of Disneyland today. And I think I am going to have a seat here on this bench and relax a little bit. I hope you've enjoyed our little tour today. It's been a beautiful day here in Anaheim, California at Disneyland Park. And I think the next time I come back, I will do a little tour of Adventureland and see what you think of that. So, for everybody, I want to say I hope you have a wonderful day today, a wonderful evening. And here we are, just leaving Frontierland and heading over to New Orleans Square. But before we do that, we got to stop here and take a look at, guess what? One of the best paddle wheelers you're going to find anywhere west of the Mississippi.
The Mark Twain. Majestic, beautiful, and authentic paddle wheeler, the Mark Twain. Watch as it comes by. There's the paddle wheel that propels it. Got some Oscar. And very authentic too. Really spectacular. It's on Sawyer Island over there.
Something always to enjoy here at Disneyland. All right. Now that we've seen the Mark Twain paddle by us, I guess we'll head on over towards New Orleans Square. Pirates of the Caribbean coming up here on my left, just passing the River Belle Terrace on my left. Let's see what the wait is for Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh my gosh, Pirates of the Caribbean only has a 15-minute wait. That's incredible. 15-minute wait for Pirates of the Caribbean. And you know, if it says 15 minutes, it's probably going to be less than that.
Yep.
Oh look, Mark Twain is turning.
Let's get away. I'm like this.
Okay. Getting my first look at Pirates of the Caribbean and New Orleans Square.
Yeah, I have your
Here.
water.
It looks like the band is about to start playing up above Pirates of the Caribbean and just to the right here in New Orleans Square. I've seen these guys before and they are spectacular, really fun. I'm going to try and get closer so that we can see them play up close.
There they are.
They are just above the royal veranda. Well, they are the royal veranda. They're just above the snack bar cafe called the Royal Veranda, which is right next to Royal 21.
If you want to have a truly magical, very special experience, go to guest services and ask them about booking a Royal 21 experience. It'll cost you a few bucks, that's for sure, but it's something that is really worth it. Well, let's take a listen here.
Okay, wow, that was fun. Let's go ahead and walk through the streets of the wonderful Orleans Square.
I tell you, if you haven't been in New Orleans, you really should try and go there sometime. It is magical. I've been there, I think 3 times, and enjoyed every bit of it every time. The food is like nowhere else in the world, and the scene, the environment, the streets, the music is like no place else in the world. I do have to say Disneyland does a pretty good job of trying to replicate that experience in this very wholesome Disneyland version of New Orleans. They do a good job of trying to get the food and the feeling of the streets and the architecture, as you can see here as we walk through on this sunny afternoon. Sort of a miniature version of what it's like to be in New Orleans. They have a lot of great places here. You get that feeling of being in old New Orleans, actually. You know, the streets are narrow here, back in Disneyland, just as they are in some areas of New Orleans. You get the smell, the scent of the beignets, the wonderful fried square donuts that they have. Ooh, look at this. We're going to get a peek inside
Club 33 right here. Look at that.
If you don't know, Club 33 is a private club within Disneyland where you have to have a membership, a very expensive membership, and you have to be on a waiting list to even get the membership. But if you get in there, from what I hear, I've never been in there myself because I don't have that kind of coin. But from what I hear, it's pretty spectacular. Actually, I used to be a teacher, college professor actually, and one of my students got a job there as a busboy, and I've also known a couple of people that have been waiters there, and they've explained to me what it's like inside, and it sounds pretty special. Very exclusive, very beautiful, fantastic food, And I do believe that Club 33 and well, I know that I think Club 33 is the only place in Disneyland that you can actually order and drink alcohol with your meal, but maybe the 21 Royale has that offering as well. I'm not sure. I only know about 21 Royale from what I have seen on television in sort of a special they had one time about that experience. There's actually another YouTuber that produced a video. They were invited by friends or a fan or something who booked that experience, and you should look on YouTube maybe and search for 21 Royale, and maybe you can find that YouTube video by the YouTuber that made a really comprehensive video about that experience. Okay, here we are at the last raft to the island, which will leave at 5 p.m. Rafts to Pirate's Lair. I guess this is what they call it now, Pirate's Lair. It used to be Tom Sawyer's Island when I was growing up, and for most of my adulthood as well. Tom Sawyer's Island was what we knew it as, and it's right over my shoulder here. I'm sure you've all seen it. If you take the train ride around the park, of course, there's a really great train experience that goes through there as well. Oh, look, our friends the ducks again. The ducks love it here at Disneyland because it's protected from any kind of predators that might prey upon these ducks. You can kind of see, if you look carefully, straight into the middle of the picture, straight in the middle of your screen, just past where the ducks are flying now, and just beyond the trees, you can see some of the landscape formations over there in a special land where Star Wars, Luke Skywalker, and lots of other Star Wars characters and experiences are presented by Disneyland. And straight across, of course, is what used to be Tom Sawyer's Island. Now it's the Pirates there. You can see that raft moving over there. That's pretty cool, that raft. You can get there by one of two ways. Either the raft or by canoe. So you got the raft going here, but you can go either by raft or canoe. And then, of course, over here we have the Columbia, the beautiful sailing ship I was just on the other day. In all the years I've been coming to Disneyland, I actually never made it onto the Columbia until just last week. Oh, look, here comes the raft from Pirate's Lair back to New Orleans Square area. This is really pretty much right across from the Haunted Mansion. Here they come. Ducks are making sure they keep their distance from this barge or raft. Ah, there's a treasure chest on it that says Blackbeard. I don't know if Blackbeard had something to do with this. Okay, as they're docking, I'm going to take off because I don't know if I want to go on the island. There's Star Wars knowledge. Wow, just look at this over my shoulder here. This thing is massive. I mean, that is huge. Pretty special. Okay, leaving the Smuggler's Run area,
plaza here. It's a great photo opportunity, a great place for people to stop and take pictures. I'm heading over into another area. The land is large. This is a really large land. It's really amazing that Disneyland actually had enough space to build this. From what I understand,
this was at one time backstage. And maybe also part of Country Bear Jamboree, you know, way back in the day. They used to have like donkeys and horses and natural stuff. This might have been part of that. I'm not sure. Oh, look what's coming up ahead.
I will send out a reconnaissance unit.
is that Darth Vader? Who is that? I see some stormtroopers.
I will see this outpost for myself.
Troopers! Escort the Supreme Leader!
Uh-oh, looks like trouble. Trouble ahead.
Clear path for the Supreme Leader! As for the rest of you lot, no more games. If anyone here has information about the Resistance, their hidings, or even better, Resistance operatives and sympathizers amongst you, stop delaying the inevitable and give yourselves up. Or give each other up as rather all the same to me. Yeah, I think you're in the front, sir, the black jacket. Yes, I'm speaking directly to you. You seem rather enthusiastic to point to new companions. Yes, you, sir.
What is that? Is that an X-Wing fighter? You tell me. Put it in the comments.
You such a beard. You seem so enthusiastic.
She's got a good sense of humor.
Members of your party here. Whatever is that the case? What is your name? Hal, is that correct? All right then. Hal.
Let's take a look at this
Steve out there.
store here. It's a nice gift shop. Lots of very Star Wars specific things. Those are interesting. Oh my gosh, Darth Vader pirate helmet mask. Look at that. Wow. If you got a little one, you can make him into a stormtrooper with some of this costume. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is the real deal, folks. Do all that you can on this today. We have a place for you. Join our nearest First Order outpost. All the gear, helmets and costumes and uniforms that you need to join. Join the Empire, though. Who wants to join the Empire? I think we want to join the Resistance, not the Empire. There's some good pins here. Those pins are nice. Son, I guess I better turn this way. This is quite the place. If you're a Star Wars fan, this is a place to be.
Where's the Indiana Jones?
You hear people speaking languages from all over the world here.
You hear people speaking languages from all over the world here because people from all over the world love Star Wars. They love the Star Wars franchise of movies. Oh, you can get the blue or green milk and green Pandari swirl or blue milk non-chala here. This particular stand. Water fountain. And a sign I can actually read that says restrooms. Amazing. Over here we have some old droids. Sometimes these droids come back to life. You just never know what they're going to do if they are powered down or if they're coming back to life. And back here we have some really rusty old droids
that look very sad. Oh, I heard a droid. I heard a droid say something. Ah, back there. There's an R2 unit back there. I see its little light glowing.
Ah, stormtroopers ahead. We have to be careful. We don't want to be captured by a stormtrooper. Ah, more droids.
These droids are being very still. Oh, that one's just spotting. The droids are playing possum. Oh, it's Darth Vader and some stormtroopers sneaking up right behind him. Okay, that was a pretty good little quick tour of Galaxy's Edge. Now we're going to head back to some of the other lands in Disneyland. Let's see, what haven't we seen today? We probably need to go to Adventureland. I think I bypassed them. I got so excited about coming up here to Galaxy's Edge. I got to go to Adventureland when we were over there by New Orleans Square. And just before we leave, you can see they've got some good merch here. People to purchase. Oh, lots and lots of lightsabers right there. And straight ahead you can see Big Thunder Mountain. One of my favorite rides. I love Big Thunder Mountain. Oh, look. This is something you don't see too much. Right? Over here, if you look carefully, right there, there's a horse. And down on the other side over there is the river. So you would see that horse and that river from the Disney train tour, or the train that tours around the perimeter of Disneyland. Ah, I hear Big Thunder Mountain. I hear the train a-coming. One of the areas that doesn't get that much attention, a little bit of the waterway around the back side of the Pirate's Lair. And here we are looking at part of Big Thunder Mountain where you see a couple of nice waterfalls and a slough. You got a waterfall here on your left and then a slough over here on the right. On my left and my right anyway. And then we've got a tunnel right here in the track and then some of the rock formations up above. Let's see if we see a train come through. Kind of quiet at the moment. I see trains off in the distance. Oh, here comes it. Wow, that was cool. That was pretty cool. There's no claim jumping down there in that sign right there.
Well, this is a good day. There is not very many lines. I haven't ridden any rides today because I'm just taking a walk around. Oh, this is interesting. I've never noticed this abandoned mine here before, but there's an abandoned mine. You can see the train tracks right there. It says abandoned mine, keep out. That's over on Pirate's Lair on the island. This is an interesting viewpoint here. Here you can see both the
Here you can see the train for Big Thunder Mountain, and then in the foreground, Big Thunder Mountain, and then way in the background, you see a mountain peak way up there that is sort of gray and white. That is Matterhorn. And then over here, you can see the train chugging its way up the mountain for Big Thunder Mountain. It's kind of interesting perspective here, where you see Big Thunder Mountain. It says here, this is a picture spot, because you get to see the Big Thunder Mountain train coming right at us. Here, everybody going.
One of the things you'll notice in Galaxy's Edge is there is not a lot of easily identifiable or understandable signage. The signage is very minimal in Galaxy's Edge. It really feels like you're somewhere else, on another planet. It makes you feel like you're not in an amusement park.
Here's one of those Star Wars spacecrafts. Anybody name that? Can you name what that is? Put it down in the comments.
Can I get some water? I'm really thirsty.
There's another one here. Who knows what kind of spacecraft this is?
If you know what that is, put it down in the comments. Here we are. We're approaching Galaxy's Edge. We're actually, we're right on the outside perimeter entering this land. And this land is unique. Everything in Disneyland is unique, really. But this is unlike anything else. We actually have a lightning lane where you can actually read the sign here. This is the Rise of the Resistance lightning lane right here. Lightning lane for Rise of the Resistance is right here.
And over here is the standby line, which is only 60 minutes. That's not bad for Rise of the Resistance, really. I'd say that's pretty good.
So, if you want to go to Rise of the Resistance, I recommend you get here very early. And the line will be shorter, but it is worth it, I'm telling you. Rise of the Resistance is one of the coolest things you can experience. I don't want to tell you too much about it. I don't want to spoil it for you. I'm just telling you, you come to Disneyland, go to Rise of the Resistance. You will not regret it.
One of the things I love here in Galaxy's Edge are the merchandise. Look at these helmets up here. Wow. How cool is this? These helmets look like they were battle worn, like they've been through some battles. They've got some dirt scratches on them. They make it look like they are the real deal. And if you are a kid, or if you have a kid, they would love this. They would love to have one of these helmets. What's available?
All right. Probably looking a little dark to you because I'm a little backlit right now, so I'm going to flip the camera around.
Should be a view of what we're walking into here.
They don't have to there. Oh man, I have it at the other end. Hey, we could possibly have it at the other one.
I love the way all the rock formations have this weathered, ancient look, like it's from some other planet, that you're on another planet with, ancient history. Maybe it's been struck by meteorites or geological kinds of activity. Notice the absence of signage, right? There is not much signage here at Galaxy's Edge. Sounds. Has its own kind of sound. You don't hear that Disney music that you hear in other lands here. This is much more mysterious. We're in the marketplace area now. Here's the sign. Anybody tell me what that says? Yeah, I can't figure it out either. But occasionally you do see something like this. ER120, and then it says authorized personnel only. There's some kind of a way to get in there. Marketplace here is really interesting. This to me feels like marketplaces in the Middle East I've been, like in Turkey. I've been to some cool outdoor market spaces that are like this in Istanbul, Turkey. Other places in the Middle East kind of feel like this to me. Not really like this. Obviously, this is something very different, but just the kind of way it feels ancient, and the earth colors or earth tones, the color palette, and just the open air market kind of experience. Now we're in a sort of seating area. You see a rocket engine here. It's pretty cool. And there's a droid over here. This droid is doing some heavy work here. It's like he's pumping this chain mechanism, which is turning. Oh, I see what he's doing. It's a barbecue. He's cooking some kind of creature. I see what this is. This is a barbecue. I've never noticed this before. I've always walked by this, and I've looked at it and I've seen the jet engine, or the rocket engine, but I've never actually taken the time to notice what this is. They are roasting something that looks like some kind of intergalactic pig that is on a spit. Some kind of a roasting pit here. So this is maybe what you're going to eat. You're going to be eating these things right here, whatever they are, from some other planet, and it's going to be an interesting experience. Over here, still in the marketplace, we have another shop, and they've got all kinds of creatures in here. If you look closely, there's all kinds of things that can be had to eat, and they've got all kinds of different, looks like weapons, hunting, spears and stuff. There's a pottery, some drinks down there, and some sodas. So, this is what I mean about the signage. See, at the very top here, it's hard to understand what the name of this particular food stand is by reading those words up above. They look like they're in some other plant's language, but then down below you've got things in English here. This is actually really good. This food is really good here. Roasted pork, grilled sausage, peppercorn sauce, tangy slaw, wrapped in a pita, and then the Ronto Les Garden wrap, specialty beverages. These are yummy things, I tell you. All right, here we are. Now we're getting right into the heart of Galaxy's Edge. Here we go again. See? Signage? Whatever that says in the stones there and that lettering, I have no idea. Like some other language.
They're all towards the front.
And then this is sort of the big eye-popping scene right here. Look at that. What is that, a Millennium Falcon? Who knows? Who knows what this is? Put it down in the comments, right? Who among you are super duper fanatical Star Wars fans? Tell me what that is.
That's standby.
I was lucky enough to see Star Wars when it first came out. I think that was 1977, I want to say. And wow, it was something, like something we'd never seen before. The imagination of George Lucas and the artists that helped him create that film was like nothing we'd ever seen before. And Disney has done such a great job of representing Star Wars and George Lucas's vision and the Star Wars movies, the original Star Wars and the entire franchise with these rides.
My future directions.
So here we go again. It's a single rider, lightning lane, standby. But what ride is this? This is actually, looks like they've added some signage since this opened a while ago. This is the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. And then it tells you more about it, some warnings.
That's
So,
you can do it. And right.
Smuggler's Run is really fun. Look at the scale of this spacecraft here. It is phenomenal. I'm standing underneath one of the engines here. Now look at the size of this thing. The absolute size, the scale is amazing. I mean,
we are not messing around here. Look, there's an unloading and loading, or a embarking and disembarking ramp right there. I could see Luke Skywalker coming down out of there, or Chewbacca, maybe Princess Leia. Who am I forgetting? Does anybody know?
who am I forgetting? Who would be flying that? Can you tell me? Put it down in the comments. I can't tell you everything, right? I gotta quiz you a little bit on streaming. It's pretty fun, huh? So, Big Thunder Mountain. Big Thunder Mountain and Matterhorn behind it.
What?
Everyone give either a high five.
There's some seating here, or standing. There's not really there's no chairs, but tall tables.
And then another beautiful scene here, just across from Big Thunder Mountain. It's the dock area over here on the left for the Columbia and for the Mark Twain. And they would be coming down the waterway over here around Pirate's Lair, and then finishing up their journey and docking over here across from the saloon, the Golden Horseshoe Saloon, and then straight ahead you have New Orleans Square, where we were watching that brass band perform earlier, and then right across here you've got the Pirate's Lair Island.
Yeah. And certain areas are more congested than other areas. But one of the fairs.
All right, let's take a look at where we're going.
Remind me.
And we're making a complete 360 here. We've just about circumvented all of Disneyland. I've got the Mark Twain riverboat on the right, the dock for it. I've got Golden Horseshoe Corral, or I'm sorry, Golden Horseshoe Saloon in front of me. Frontierland that way behind me. But we didn't go to Adventureland yet, so let's go to Adventureland and see what's happening over there. There's the Golden Horseshoe right there. I stopped there earlier and ate my snacks. I had some trail mix, which was appropriate for Frontierland, and I had a banana, which you probably couldn't get too many bananas back in the Old West. I bet they didn't have any bananas. Stage Door Cafe back there, you get some good grub. And heading over to Adventureland. So in order to get there, I got to go past the River Bell Terrace restaurant right here, which is straight towards Pirates of the Caribbean.
Straight ahead there. And then turning left, either over the bridge for Pirates of the Caribbean or to the left here, next to the Terrace restaurant, straight ahead, you've got the Adventure Treehouse, which is still under construction. It's been under renovation here for quite a while, but it's getting completed soon. It's Adventureland Treehouse, inspired by the Walt Disney Swiss Family Robinson movie. Makes you wonder if they're going to do a new version of that, a reimagining. And then, of course, Indiana Jones, a ride after my own heart, me being Indiana Holmes. Indiana Jones Adventure, the Temple of the Forbidden Eye. The legend continues from Disney and George Lucas. Okay. It looks like standby line's about 60 minutes, which is sort of typical.
Okay, so we have...
That's not bad. And then the lightning lane, it looks like it says 4:53. That's just the time, because for lightning lane you have a timed entrance. You have to come at a time
that is assigned to you. So that's what's happening there at Indiana Jones Adventure. A really great ride, super exciting, super action-packed.
And Johnny will come back.
What Jungle Cruise?
The Bengal barbecue is over here on my left. They have some really yummy food there. And then over here on my right is the Jungle Cruise.
I love the Jungle Cruise. The Jungle Cruise is always super fun. If you've never been to a Jungle Cruise, you've got to go on it. The captains, or the riverboat captains that are running the boats are really entertaining. Going through Adventureland, South Sea Traders now, Tropical Imports, the Adventureland Bazaar.
Lots of really cool stuff here. One of my favorite spots to stop and eat and get a snack at is over here next to the river boats there. You can see here they are. They're getting off right here, the Jungle Cruise boats. I said river boats, I mean Jungle Cruise. You can see people getting off the Jungle Cruise right here. But right next to that is the Tropical Hideaway. Tropical Hideaway is right next to the river for the Jungle Cruise. You can see one of the Jungle Cruise boats there waiting to load some people. You can see Dole pineapples and bananas here on the left, down here, and lots of other goods. And that's because this is the Dole Whip sort of snack
bar, restaurant. And you can see it has sort of a tropical theme to it as we walk through. And they have really yummy things here. There's always a big line here on hot days or warm days because they have mango, pineapple, strawberry, Dole Whip swirl, Dole Whip pineapple soft serve, Dole Whip floats, Dole Whip juices, and loaded whips with chili and mango, which is very spicy. And then from the steamer, they have bows. Lots of exotic stuff here. Lots of exotic foods. There are really good smells in this area. It just smells like yum, yum, and fun. Yum, yum, and fun. If I scoot over here, you'll be able to see Jungle Cruise loads unloading. Right there, there's one unloading. It's hard to see. They're parked, and they come around the corner, and we'll get to see one in a moment. Jungle Cruise boat, finishing up its tour of the jungle. You can see we've got a tiki torch here. And then there's this cool bird, I think it's a cockatoo, that talks to us. But here comes one of the jungle birds. Coming around the corner. So it's slowed down. I think they're checking out the trading post taken over by monkeys. Yep, here come all of the survivors from the Jungle Cruise that have survived the cruise. The Nile Princess. Note the adventurous music, right? The Adventureland Bazaar has a lot of really cool merchandise. It has sort of an island theme. Note here, kind of looks like Hawaii.
Okay, where are you guys right now?
Kind of has a Hawaiian or Polynesian, really. I think more of a Polynesian, Hawaiian island theme. These t-shirts graphics are really cool. And these tote bags here, purses. Lots of cool stuffed animals. Lots of neat stuff in here. And then just sandwiched between the bazaar, the Adventureland Bazaar, and the Bengal Barbecue is this eating area here where you can eat the food that you purchased at Bengal Barbecue, and you can also get fresh fruit and chips and sodas and things here. So this is a pretty neat area, and I love the look of this. It's kind of a mix of like Polynesian and Indian and Arabic. Lots of different kind of artistic motifs that you find present in this particular shop, with lots of really great kind of safari hats and safari clothing and cool shirts, sort of Indiana Jones inspired, not Indiana Homes, but Indiana Jones inspired, along with the regular Disney merchandise.
Please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notifications button. Thank you very much.